Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ekita Rusdiyanti. My name is 2019-111-3010. I am from Biology Education, Muhammadiyah University of Surabaya. Now I will presentation about classification of living. Okay, the first is description of classification of living. Classification is a way of grouping and categorizing based on certain characteristics. All biologists use a classification system to classify plants or animals that have a similar structure. Then each group of plants of animal is paired with other groups or plant or animal that have similarities of other categories. It was first proposed by John Ray, who came from England, but the idea was perfect by Carl von Linné, a Swedish botanist known today as Carolus Linnaeus. Classification of living things is a way of sorting and classifying living things into certain groups or units. This group is arranged in a chart manner according to the level. It starts from a smaller level to larger level. The science that studies the principle and ways of grouping living things into groups is called taxonomy or systematics. And the second is principle and grouping classification of living. The principle and methods of classifying living things according to taxonomy is to form a taxon. The taxon is formed by naming objects or living things under study by looking for similarities and characteristics and differences that can be observed. Menchandra means identifying, describing, and naming. Furthermore, living things that have the same characteristics and group into one group called a taxon. In this way, many taxa can be formed. A taxon is a group of living things whose members have many characteristics in common. Then, each taxon is placed in this place, position according its to level. The steps of taxon formation follow a certain system. That is a way taxonomy is called tax system pyramids. Okay, continue. The purpose of classification of living. The first, simply the process of studying living things. And the second, knowing kinase relationship. And the third, distinguishing one living being from another. And the fourth, simplifying study object. Classification system of living things. The classification of living things 5 kingdoms that is often used a group method proposed by Robert H. Whittaker in 1969. He divided living things into 5 major groups, namely Monera, protists, fungi, plants, and animals. The first, Monera kingdom. Monera is a group of organisms whose called nucleus still do not have a nuclear membrane, are also called prokaryotic organisms. And the second, protist kingdom. Protists are single-celled or multi-celled living things and have a nuclear membranes and cells are eukaryotic. The third is fungi. Fungi are a group of living things that obtain food by breaking down organic matter from that living things. And the fourth, Plantae kingdom. This group contains of many called living that's capable of photosynthesis. This photosynthesis ability is due to the presence or chlorophyll in the chloroplast. And the second is animal kingdom. In the classification of living things, animals are included in the kingdom Animalia. Okay, thank you. This is for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.